And hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nexus Gaming Series. Today, we are busting out a Division E West game. We just finished our first series of the day just under an hour ago, where we had Regen Ghost taking out Uncomfortably Numb in our B Northeast game. But now, we are preparing for our second series of the day, where we are heading to E West with Bull Moose Party versus Mosley and the Arconauts. Feels good. Pretty sure a moose can't kill an awesome ship. Have you seen a moose? They are massive. Moose are terrifying. Moose are legitimately scary. I think a lot of monster stories that come from places where there are mooses, they gotta just be mooses. Because that is just, they're huge. They're massive death deer. It's crazy how scary those things are. So, yeah, mooses are pretty cool, but so are boats. A tough decision. Either way, let's have a look at the maps, ladies and gentlemen, as we are preparing to head into our first game of the day. Bull Moose Party. And let me just let them know. Caster R. And we'll wait for the players to ready up. We already have one team ready, so we'll go after that. So, Bull Moose Party. They banned out Towers of Doom, Dragonshire, whereas Mosley and the Arconauts banned out Braxis Holdout and Battlefield of Eternity. Mosley and the Arconauts won the coin flip, and as such, Bull Moose Party chose the map so that Mosley and the Arconauts could have first pick and first ban, and they have chosen to take us to Infernal Shrines. Let's see, that first pick is going to be helpful for Mosley and the Arconauts as we are heading into game number 1 of our best of 3 series. Let's get this going, ladies and gentlemen. Reminder that if you enjoy the stream today, I am only able to cast with the support of the wonderful community that exists in Heroes of the Storm, because I do not have a job. My job is casting, and all the events have decided to go away for a bit due to a combination of Blizzard being butts and, of course, a global pandemic. As such, I can only continue to do this in a forward food and shelter with the help of wonderful people like yourselves. So if you want to drop a subscription and help us reach our 100 sub goal, then that would be very appreciated. We're at 59 right now. Let's see if we can get up to that sub goal before the end of the month. It's 6 days. Not really feasible, but it is possible. Oh, we're in February. No, we don't. We only have 5 days. Either way, Gazlo going to be banned out. A Kel'Thuzad. Kel'Thuzad and Kael'thas, 2 heroes that do get very popular at certain levels of play, as we see Anduin taken out as well. The first pick, Lily. Feels amazing, man. Lily, very, very strong in certain situations, as we immediately see Diablo and Lucio coming in for Bull Moose Party. Now, of course, Diablo does have an auto-attack build that could be shut down by Lily, so we may in fact see instead end up seeing something more along the lines of the old-fashioned Fire Stomp build to avoid losing value when it comes to those big blinds from the Lele. Cassia, more blinds, less problems, and a May as well, why not? I mean, in theory, you can run Johanna in the offlane pretty easily, and you could go for the full blind composition. If not, Artanis could also fit in there as well. I don't think there's another assassin that blinds, so I don't think we can have the full blind team, but that is the meme. Everything is blinds. What you gonna do? I don't know, pick spell power? That would be pretty convenient. Bull Moose Party now. They get rid of the Orphea. That hypermobility would be very hard to pin down with Diablo. You can really get forced into some pretty out of position areas if you're not careful. Mosley and the Arconauts now. They ban out Asmodan. They have currently a pretty reasonable amount of team fight, but their wave clear is a wee bit lackluster at the moment with just Cassia on the board. So removing that Asmodan is pretty sensible. Bull Moose Party, though, they still have a lot of wave clear with Zool on the board. And they brought out the Jada as well. Lot of burst there. Warships are the natural predators of moose. True story. I mean, it depends what kind of warship you're thinking, because I think a moose could sink a longboat. But obviously, I don't think it could destroy a dreadnought. I mean, depends if it got into the engine room, to be fair. Tassadar and Sonya to finish out this draft. Tassadar on the board, giving them a little bit of wave clear of their own, because again, they were a little bit short outside of Cassia. And Sonya very easily able to fill in the gaps by winning that off lane. Feels decent. Final pick. Going to be seeing a Dahaka. So that is a 4-man rotation Zool. Very interesting here. Are they perhaps going to be running it with the Q-based build, with either Decrepify for slow or damage reduction from the Weaken? Or are they going to go more for a burst-style build with the Amplify and Bone Spear? Plenty of options, a bit of flexibility for them there in how they run this with the Zool, or just 2 offlaners, one in top, one in bottom, and just let Diablo, Lucio, and Jaina rotate around the map. Very interesting here, and thank you for the subscription, Lighthouse. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day.
21-year claw.
That was quite a read. I've never realized that emote had such a long name. Winter 21 Ye Claw. What a name. Alrighty, thank you very much, Lighthouse, for the sub. Very appreciated. We are up, I believe now, thanks to that, to... Nope, we're still on 59 subs. So that was a resub, probably. Subscribe for 3 months. That, or it just hasn't updated yet. But either way, we have our game. Again, big thank you to you, Lighthouse, as we are heading in to game number 1 of our best of 3 series. Let's get this going. On the left-hand side, in the blue trunks, it is the Bull Moose Party with Winter Rose. Baby, may I compare you to a winter rose on the grey. Ooh, the more I say, the stranger it feels. Yay! I can't remember the lyrics. Winter Rose on the Zool. We have Grizzo on the Lucio. Mass Assassin on the Jaina. Toast Monster is playing the Diablo. And Iggy68 is going to be playing on the Dahaka. Definitely a parody of Eiffel 65. Alrighty, on the right-hand side, it is Mosley and the Arconauts with Rusty on the May. We'll see if they are. Me Ding! That's a great name. I like Dings. Everyone in Heroes likes Dings. They're going to be playing the Tassadar. We'll see which Dings they went for if they did go for Dings at level 1. Robbie Black on the Lily, and Arco is going to be playing that Cassia. In the top lane, it's the titular Mosley, and they're going to be playing on the Sonya. Let's get this started. We do see Dings. We're starting off with classic old-fashioned Dings in the static charge for the Tassadar. Go for some big, heavy burst here. Jaina making her talents look all pretty with lingering chill at the start here. Made it a little bit easier to stack that way. Lightning Fury talents for the Cassia. Go for some big poke. And yeah, the 4-man Zool. Let's go. I'm excited. Let's see what they can do with this. They're going to try and cause some problems, cause some pressure. Counter camp being taken by Mosley and the Arconauts, but they got to be careful. They are a little slower here, so an invade is possible, but we're not going to see one. Instead, Zool will make his way to mid, clean that out very quickly. And the rest of the team putting pressure onto the bottom lane. Sonya misses the spear, but you can see Mosley wanting to double soak here. Iggy doing the very sensible thing. If your opponent is double soaking, then the best thing you can do, if they aren't in lane yet, is to let as many of your minions die as possible. That's exactly what Iggy's doing here. Letting the minion wave die, denying experience for Sonya. He can't double soak, his team can make up for him, or her team can make up for it, their team can make up for them. And as such, they can deny experience this way. It's a very easy strategy that can get you a lot of value here. We're going to see Lily, who started off with the free drinks, classic old-style healing Lily, and surging winds. Not the build we've been seeing from the majority of pros who've been playing Lily, but still very strong. Free drinks is just value, really helps you with your mana sustain in those long, drawn-out fights. Which these fights will likely be with Jaina being the only hard damage dealer. Zool looks like going into a full Scythe build, so we're just going to be going for what is basically tank Zool. So they are running basically triple bruiser composition here. See what they can make out of it as they clear that up. He does win this, but he's cutting it close. Might have to pour, actually. Winter Rose! Okay, gets it with 178 health left. And May dies. T-Tours. May is killed off. Jazzaline, thank you for the raid of 49. Welcome to Division E West. We have the competition between the Bull Moose Party and the Mosley and the Arconauts. Toast Monster has gone in a little bit deep, looking for Arco here. Gonna be backing up. The Arconauts not able to pick up a kill yet. Currently 1-0 for the Bull Moose Party in terms of kills. Mosley pushing up, getting some extra pressure in this top lane. Diablo, even into Lily, Cassia, and May, has still gone auto-attack build. That is incredibly risky from Toast Monster. See if they can get away with this. Firestorm build. Might have got a lot more value here. Let's see if they can pull off a solid play. Good charge onto Ding. Ding gets away. Rusty. It takes a little bit of damage, but is able to tank through well enough. Mosley has arrived with the team, but they're being zoned right now by that Blizzard. But counter Blizzard from Rusty here. It's really annoying that we have two characters with Blizzard as their ability names. Toast Monster turns once again onto Ding, who's very low on mana, doing a lot of damage here. Rusty trying to tank through, drops the cryostasis, but is standing in the Blizzard, takes a big chunk of damage and loses that shield. They try to focus onto Rusty as Mosley is causing a distraction on the other side. It's 35-17, and we see the retreat out of Mosley and the Arconauts. This objective will go over to Bull Moose Party. Going to be making their way into the bottom of the map. We'll go with that Psionic Echo here. Insane burst potential from this build from Mosley and the Arconauts. May, similar build to what we saw earlier, but without the snowball, but they're going for that induce hibernation again. Try and zone out that way. Lots of anti-damage, very good when you're against burst heroes. Root coming onto Rusty, who just able to cryostasis it out. Falls to dash away, though. Punisher still going. Jumps onto Lilia. Rusty standing in the Sentinel there. Needs to be careful. Takes quite a bit of damage, but they're able to hold. The fort does survive. In the meantime, though, Bull Moose Party making the most of their advantage. Immediately rotating out. And they're able to take a little bit of control, grab themselves some impalers, and get some pressure onto the map. They're even going to invade, going aggressive here. Making their way onto the enemy's mercenary camp. It's not scouted at all by Mosley and the Arconauts, and Ding needs to be very careful how they rotate. Is able to avoid any true danger, though. Interesting Sonya build, mixing it up as Dahaka is finished off in the mid lane, caught out of position a little bit here. But Sonya, Mosley going with a Whirlwind build, but with the Furious Blow at level 1. Going a little bit of extra burst damage, as opposed to any of the more sustainy talents. Very interesting. See how this works out for them in the long run. Dahaka playing it pretty standard here. Feeding Frenzy, one who collects one with the enhanced agility, going to help them out in the long term when it comes to soaking the late game on this map. Mid pushed up pretty effective, and again, Bull Moose Party continuing to hold a lead, but the kill count has evened up here. As we do see level 10 hitting earlier for Mosley and the Arconauts. Even though they were down structures, they've been able to soak out very effectively. Thanks to double soak of Sonya. Here's a big gank as well. They're going to try and take the lead in terms of kills. Chasing Mass Assassin. Huge amounts of damage being done. Mass Assassin is taken out with the second Side Storm of Ding. And they're able to use that level 10 advantage to pick up the kill. Dropping 3 heroics there. Wrath of the Berserker, the Ball Lightning, and the Black Hole. The other heroics they have, the Ice Wall and the Jug of 1,000 Cups, as Iggy is focused down. Single slam from Mosley to finish the job. It's a big kill. Mosley and the Arconauts starting to snowball a bit of a lead here. Looking good. Bot is pushed out quite heavily and is in a little bit of danger. Interesting choice from Bull Moose Party, choosing not to defend top lane and instead grab a mercenary camp. Now this is risky because they're going to lose this fountain because of this, where they could have gone for the 4-man defense and given themselves that sustain for the next objective. Very interesting strategy here, as we see in the other side of the map. Mosley and the Arconauts, they're already starting on grabbing themselves their own Bruiser camp for a little bit of counter pressure. No one really split soaking from either team at this stage. Teams group it up a little bit as we see heroics on the other side. Water Elemental. The Poison Nova Apocalypse, Adaptation, and Sound Barrier. Mosley and the Arconauts clearing this lane out. They finish off the Bruiser camp, which is now a Fallen Shaman camp pushing into top lane with nothing counter-pushing it. But here comes the Bull Moose party. They do send people up to try and help de-push this. Toast Monster looks for Rusty. Instead, the Force Wall is dropped, splitting the team in two. Ice Wall tries to trap them, but Toast Monster instead is able to land the Apocalypse. Mosley's on the backline, trying to cause some grief as the Black Hole does not find purchase. They're able to back up. Mass Assassin barely surviving again. Squishiest person in this game, really, and is being punished because of it. Very aggressive play from Mosley, especially. Able to get onto that backline repeatedly and get some solid damage out. We can see Bull Moose Party making their way in. Mosley the Arconauts took the aggressive position onto the objective, but they are being invaded onto. Mosley, the Poison Nova, catches basically everyone except for Me-Ding, who's able to escape from Toast Monster. Dug 1,000 Cups, keeping everyone topped up, but Robbie Black is dropping very, very low, and that Lily healing is all they have. Counter focus onto Mosley, who's taken out. Mass Assassin survives again, but a big chunk of damage from Me-Ding, dropping them low. Rusty in full retreat, man advantage in favor of Bull Moose Party, as Rusty dashes away, stays safe. They move immediately into clearing out the waves as they have lost this objective. Great evade by Bull Moose Party, and even a man down though. It looks like Mosley and the Arconauts are willing to try and make the engage 30-23 in a 4 versus 5. They step up, but Iggy gets the drag. There's a good electric fence to try to stop them moving back in. Mass Assassin arrives back, and that's a very heavily extended Diablo. But the objective has already gone over to Bull Moose Party. Mostly the Arconauts, they move back into the defensive position. That's risky. That's very risky. Jump did not come out. Me-Ding staying out of range. And they have sent Sonya to get the soak. Rusty, you got to cast something. They can't see you unless you cast something. There we go. They get caught by an enemy ability, and as such, the Punisher does jump, but not before the wall is taken out. Rusty waiting too long for this. You got to pull it while the wall is alive so that you can get that extra clear speed. They do a lot of damage there, taking down that Punisher. Not a bad defense, but it definitely could have been better. In the meantime, though, Mosley doing a great job de-pushing, really grabbing as much value as they can elsewhere on the map. Camp being stolen for the second time. Lily hindering wins, going with a little bit of a slow here. Mosley going to be rooted down themselves. Went for that whirlwind to get the root removal, but had already cast it. So as such, not going to be able to use that Hurricane to escape. Sound Barrier, unnecessary there. Crizzo thought they were in a little bit of trouble, but no, they were fine. They could have just disengaged that. And as such, long cooldown is burned, but they do pick up a kill for it. As such, we can see this fort is going to be taken down relatively quickly. Nano, thank you for the raid of 23. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Viewers of Jazeline and Nano. Again, big thank you for your support. And we got DNA Galaxy earlier on as well. Crizzo dives through Rusty to try to slow down the assault as Toast Monster looks for someone to engage. Force Wall with electric fence. Shuts it down again. Bot lane being pushed up here. But it looks like Acro will leave the Impalers, which will get a little bit more damage as the assault continues from Bull Moose Party. Mass Assassin slowed down. Acro, Ball Lightning in trouble, taken out. Arco, insane play there, gets pushed through the ice wall and grabs another kill with the help of Me-Ding. Great flip from Toast Monster, but Rusty stays alive. Stun, unfortunately, does not work on your own gate. It's a very weird mechanic in Heroes. The Impaler Camp got some pretty decent value. Push this up, but Arco able to clear it up and protects the lane. If you're enjoying the stream, ladies and gentlemen, consider dropping a subscription so that I can afford food and shelter. Much love to you all. That's Mosley going to be backing away. Doesn't see anyone on the map. Doesn't want to get caught out of position. So we can start on this Bruiser camp, much further away from the enemy team, so they have less chances to retreat. And now knowing where the enemy team is, because it's a hard invade into the middle lane. The Jug of 1,000 Cups keeps everyone topped up. Huge damage from Me-Ding as they try to force their way forward. Not enough to find a full kill here. As the retreat comes out from Mosley and the Arconauts, they stay alive, but they avoid the hard engage. They avoid getting picked off. Level 16, slightly quicker for Mosley and the Arconauts. And Dahaka, he's a speedy lad now. Race car Dahaka, Iggy They are in a great position to go fast and create problems. Pick me up for Lily. Bringing out that little bit of extra healing on those low health targets. No 2 for 1 though, so they're going to be very reliant on burst healing as opposed to keeping the entire team alive until level 20, where they can go for that jug of 1 million cups. Hello, Jinxie. Much love to you as we see the Blizzard clearing out that Fallen Shaman camp. Iggy. They're getting some insane value down here. Great counter push. I did not say Google. Stop listening. As Iggy takes out the bottom fort. Bull Moose Party. Losing in fights, but winning in map control as they will back away a bit. Zoning Blizzard, trying to flip them into the Blizzard. BD gets hit by the damage. That's a good black hole as out comes the Ice Wall. Buying some time, delaying the fight as they make their way back forward. That's a big poison Nova though. And Winter Rose is stuck right in the middle of that, doing insane amounts of damage. Toast Monster trying to deal with May on the other side as Tassadal's the first to go down. May taken out by Toast Monster. Mosley barely survives that. Camp is stolen, and Bull Moose Party even up the kill count. Pushing out the bottom lane, creating more pressure. Mid, pushed up a little bit. Nothing that won't be nothing that will be too difficult for Bull Moose Party to seize control of. A 16 is available for both teams as the objective is started. We have that domination for Diablo. A little bit of rooting for the Jada, going with that Numbing Blast. Rejuvenacia once again for the Lucio. And we are seeing a weakened Rapid Harvest and, of course, Harvest Vitality combo. Very tanky Zool now. And we've had a lot of very up-close and grouped-up fights, which is where Winter Rose is getting so much value. On the other side, Thermal Lance for that Tassadar percentage damage. The Nerves of Steel for Sonya. Wants to tank through it as best they can. Jumping onto May, who pulled it quite well this time. Gets the Cryostasis. Black Hole gets a massive stun onto Toast Monster. Sound Barrier comes out. Mouse Assassin in trouble. Punisher rooting multiple members, though, and that will allow them to escape. The Punisher will take out mid-fort, but a disengage is forced out of Bull Moose Party. They're still piling on pressure, though, and this is only 4 members of Bull Moose Party, as they do have to hack it in bot lane. Another really good zoning Blizzard by Rusty here. They're able to sustain out. They're able to buy themselves some time. And Iggy coming up to top lane. They're going to join their team and they're going to try and grab themselves the 3rd fort of the game. What's the reaction from Mosley? It looks like their reaction is to steal a camp. Trading a fort for a single mercenary camp here. I would have maybe liked to see them push bot lane a bit and just try and race that down. But instead, they get a camp that's going to be cleaned out quite quickly by Bull Moose Party. A lot of pressure is likely going to be cleaned up quite fast here. Dahaka, Iggy, already back to top lane, causing problems, doing great global things. Toast Monster charges in, but it's more just a rotation tool. Forces people to be scared. Overpower onto Mosley. Root about to land. They cleanse, and that does avoid the root. Mosley gets out. Rusty bought enough time, and the Black Hole is to disengage. Me dig. Quickly going to use that dimensional shift to get out of danger. Fantastic route from Rusty. Prevents any more chase. In the meantime, though, Iggy has been still pushing, causing issues, causing push value. Water Elemental expires. Toast Monster really was looking for Arco there. Not able to find it. Level 20. Still a full level away for the members of Bull Moose Party. A level and a half away, though, for Mosley and the Arconauts. Iggy doing a very cheeky bruiser steal. Needs to be careful. If anyone rotates up there, Iggy could be in danger. They have tunneling claws, but that's it. It's gonna be close. Iggy has been rumbled. Tunneling claws in full retreat. Robbie Black will grab that bruiser camper and reclaim it. Ball lightning, and Iggy will perish. They are taken out. Waves cleared up. Trying to relieve some pressure. Mosley and the Arconauts, they're able to relieve the pressure that Dahaka caused on top lane and clear out some lanes. In the meantime, though, a bit of a risky step up there by Rusty, but he's causing a lot of a distraction here, and he's buying time for their team. Because now they can make an invade onto this. They have 5 members. This is a mad advantage for Mosley and the Arconauts, and they're going to try to steal this Bruiser too. And the fact is, they will almost certainly be successful. They make the play just before level 20 as well, because that might have been hit quicker by Bull and Moose Party, so they bought themselves enough time here. They will be able to grab this fort. They are going to hit 20 at about the same time now, thanks to that kill. And thanks to that camper take. Very good here by Mosley and the Arconauts. They even up the field here. Fort goes down. In terms of structures, nowhere near. Still 2 forts available for the members of Bull Moose Party. But we see those level 20s now in play. Force barrier for the Tassadar, really going in for as much disruption as possible, as Mosley is going to clear out bot lane. They have gone for the composite spear to combo with the mystical spear that they went with earlier on. Jug of a million cups and the infinite lightning. Shatter for the Mei. On the other side, Wintermute, Lord of Terror for Diablo. Dahaka going with that Essence Clause, a little bit of extra damage. Mortal Wounds and House Party. The House Party going to be needed very quickly for the healing as Black Hole comes through. They're able to dodge it except for Zul, who's caught in the Shatter. Armor reduced, but Toastmaster is causing a lot of grief. No one interrupts Robbie, though, who gets huge healing numbers. But the Poison Nova still goes off. Toastmaster into the backline, trying to take out Arco. They're standing in the Blizzard. The root comes down, but Arco stays alive. But it's not so good for me, Ding. Mosley is desperately trying to tag, but cannot do so. Rusty was forced to disengage earlier. And that is going to be a one fight for the members of Bull Moose Party. Let's see the end part of that again. You can see Toastmaster dive so deep, but look at Rusty, who's taken so much damage, tries to turn onto Mass Assassin, but can't hold the line. Mass Assassin forces them to back up, and suddenly Sonya is left all alone in that fight and is forced to back away. Taken out, 2 kills for 0, and Bull Moose Party make their way in to try and take the first keep of the game. They dive real deep for Rusty. He gets the cryostasis, gets away from the root, and will stay alive. They even cleanse Rusty out. Ice Wall splits the team, tries to hold them in keep range. Infinite Lightning is expiring. Crowan, thank you for the raid of 66 viewers. So many raids today. Thank you very much. Robbie is taken out and goes right off the side, but that is yet another kill, leaving just Arco. Ding will be back soon. Mosley will be back shortly after, but it's going to be a 3, maybe a 2 versus 5. That's a really big black hole, but Arco is taken out. The sound barrier comes out, keeping the team alive as the core is going down. Game number 1 is going to go over to the members of Bull Moose Party, as they will take the lead in this best of 3 series for Nexus Gaming Series Division E West. Breathing is for suckers, Alex. I disagree with it. I opt not to. Well played by Bull Moose Party. They take the lead in this best of 3 series and move themselves up. 1 game away from taking the full series and giving themselves those lovely, lovely points. At the end there, you can see that Ding did a pretty monstrous amount of damage, honestly. Like, seriously, a good job there on that Tassadar. But it didn't matter, because the kill count's what sells it here. 11-6. Able to find it, and 6 of those deaths on the side of mostly the Arconauts are the front line. They weren't able to keep them alive. And if your front line goes down, when you have a Tassadar on your team, you start to see problems. That's why the next 3 deaths are on Tassadar. They were unable to hold the line and stop Toastmonster from just diving real deep and causing lots of problems. Also, the 4-man Zul to make a 2 bruiser 1 tank composition worked pretty freaking well. Feels good. I'm your fan, Tetcher now. Appreciate it, Alex. Feels good. I'm glad you like the energy. If you are all enjoying the cast, by the way, please consider dropping a subscription. We're aiming for 100 subs by the end of the month. We've got like 5 days left, so it's probably not going to happen. We're currently on 59, but it's possible. Twitch chat has surprised me so many times in life. So if people do want to consider dropping a subscription, it would be very appreciated. Let's have a look at some of these talents. Again, another almost Big Spells Jada going with that Stormfront. But they did mix it up in this case with the Numbing Blast. That did actually create a lot more area and a lot more opportunities for Diablo to really get into that backline. And we're seeing the very common these days Ice Fury Wand. Also, Good job, Diablo, still managing to get all that value despite being against 3 blinds. Absolutely ridiculous, but found a way to make it work. Why is my camera so low? Let's move that up. There we go. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Big thank you again to the raids. We've had DNA Galaxy, we've had Jazzaline, we've had Crowan. So many raids today. Thank you all so much for that support. And thank you to our subs, our current subs for today, Lighthouse and Ender, for dropping those subs. And we just had a follow from oh, that's going to be a name I'm going to fail to pronounce, is what that's going to be. Arcane Arboretum. Probably wrong. An attempt was made. Alrighty, so we have our next lobby already set up. But again, big thank you to everyone who has subbed. And if you can drop subs, it is incredibly appreciated because it's the only way I can afford food and shelter. So let's have a look at where our next map is going to be. We are heading. Casting, is it? Tetcher casting is off the hook. Well, thank you, Arcade. So here's where I find out it's pronounced Arconauts. I'm gonna get absolutely bamboozled. But our next map is going to be Alterac Pass, chosen by Mosley and the Arconauts. Meaning the Bull Moose Party will be receiving first pick. Arboretum. So Arcade Arboretum. Gotcha. Nailed it. In one. Perfect every time. Alrighty, some of the players are going for a quick bathroom break, so we'll be able to jump into the game the second they have returned. So, ladies and gentlemen, oily, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the follow. So, right now, Bull Moose Party sitting at 1-0, 1 game away from claiming the full series and giving themselves a nice little boost in points. Let's actually have a look at the points. Ooh, that would have been smart of me to set up in advance before I did all this. So that's good. That would have been a smart thing to do. Guess what I didn't do? That thing that would have been smart. Because that would have been smart. And I'm allergic to smart. We don't do that here. Alrighty, boop. And you're gonna work. Wait, what? That can't be right. That was just being weird. Stop being weird, NGS site. Be good. Be nice to me. I'm trying really hard. Just be helpful. There we go. Okay. There we go. Got it working. Alrighty, so let's have a look at the table and see exactly what the team's points are so that we can jump on into that. Hang on, let me also tell the players I am ready. Caster R. So, as you can see right now, we're in a situation where Mosley the Arconauts currently sitting on 3 points, able to take their first series in a 2-0, whereas Bull Moose Party are on 0 points, losing their first game in a domination as well. It's going to be a little rough to deal with. Bull Moose Party really need this win. That would put them in the top contention. Let's see if they can make it back in, but that is still rough. Rough situation to be in where you have to perform a domination in order to make your way back in. Also, the entire lobby, the entire season here for Division E is just dominations, one way or the other. Pretty decent. That'll do it. Alrighty. Big stretch. So, we're getting ready to jump in. Second, the last team are back. Second Bull Moose Party are prepared. We'll be able to jump into game number 2. And get that going. And we'll see if Mosley the Arconauts, which I really have to think about saying every single time because I always want to say Jason and the Arconauts, even though I think, is that Arconauts or is that Argonauts? Because that's an extra level of confusion in my brain where I'm getting like my history brain mixed up with my esports brain. And that's where I'm getting problems because everything's getting mixed up. I mean, I'm getting problems as if I didn't have any to begin with. But in this case, we do have the lobby starting up, but I'm having to actually think about it to not mess that one up repeatedly. Either way, let's get ready to head into the lobby because the teams have readied. We are heading into map number 2, ladies and gentlemen, and it will be Alterac Pass as our second map of this best of 3 series. Potentially the last map of this best of 3 series. Let's see if they can... Let's see if Mosley and the Arconauts can bring it back. It was Arconauts. All right, cool. Thank you, Tyrant. As in the Arconauts, can they even up the score, or will Bull Moose Party be able to take it down? It feels wrong saying Bull Moose Party in a posh British accent. Because isn't that a Roosevelt thing? Am I wrong there? Again, my history brain's not that good either. As Anduin banned out by Bull Moose Party, taking that out. Mosley and the Arconauts now. 2 supports banned out. Do they choose to buy into the support choke? Or they remove some frontline or some damage? They've already got rid of that Kel'Thuzad. And they had a little trouble with that Jada. They banned the Mei, their own tank this time. Removing that from the board, preventing themselves from getting that zoning. But instead, Bull Moose Party, they still get some zoning of their own with the first pick, Gazlo, this time. Great for zoning. Really decent push and just solid teamfight damage with the option for either great single target or huge wombo potential. Gazlo, potentially one of the most successful reworks Blizzard have ever done. As Vala picked up quite early for Mosley and the Arconauts. Vala, one of the best hyper carries in the game. If she is protected, multi-shot build will absolutely shred anything in its way and will top you on that damage chart, but you gotta be healed because Vala, in order to get that damage output, needs to play quite aggressive. So you gotta keep her sustained, gotta keep her protected. Lucia's a good start. A double healer might actually be smart here, maybe an Uther. Uther is denied. Bull Moose Party picking it up here. Very heavy CC comp. Lots of stuns available for Bull Moose Party now. How do Mosley react with already that many stuns on the board, but no ranged assassins? Do they ban out the Jada to prevent follow-up to that burst? Maybe a Kael'thas. Another great CC follow-up tool that could really cause some grief as they extra bit for that Wombo. They do ban the Jaina. Remove the Wombo follow-up. There's already a lot of Wombo potential for Bull Moose Party. Bull Moose Party now. With Lucio Vala on the board. They have tank control. Probably could just get rid of Garrosh here. If they want to stick down normal paths, one of the best counters for Diablo. He charges in, you yeet him in, you yeet him in further. You want to be in? You better live with your decisions, buddy. But they're going to ban out the Leoric, still very sensible with the armor that Uther is giving. And Gazlo's lack of mobility, being able to lock down people and do that percentage damage with that Entomb and Drain Hope respectively, can give you a lot of control and a lot more freedom when it comes to being able to deal with that backline. They get the Johanna, very simple here. Very standard composition, very safe composition from Mosley and the Arconauts so far. Nothing too far out of the ordinary. But they still need something. They need something that's going to punish that Uther, some AoE damage perhaps. They have a little bit from Vala, they have a little bit from Sonya, but Sonya's going to be stunned a lot. So a second support, or a little bit more spread damage to relieve some of that pressure off of Vala. Phoenix for Bull Moose Party, and Li Ming, solo healer Uther. They've got sustained damage from Phoenix. I'm concerned as to why the Phoenix over the... We'll talk about that in a second. I'm confused as to why the Phoenix over, say, like a Reyna. They get a little bit of damage from the laser, but overall, or a Tychus maybe, who was untouched this draft. The Phoenix himself is actually a little bit squishy and can be punished very easily by Johanna's Condemn, and can get caught out very quickly. Whereas Reyna and Tychus, for example, both have a little bit more sustain. But Phoenix does offer some advantages. Great follow-up Wombo to a Gravo Bomb or an Apocalypse can get some really good value there. Or, of course, the classic style of the Lightning Breath into Purification Salvo can be really decent here. So they could be using it for that. And, of course, Li Ming will work very well with this. On the other side, though, the Samuro. We were talking about this. What do they need? They need something to take the pressure off Vala. So you have someone who just eats backline members by literally destroying them from 100 to 0. Let's see if it's enough. As on the left-hand side, currently 1-0 up in this series. It is going to be Bull Moose Party. And playing for them, Iggy, Going to be playing that Phoenix. We have Mass Assassin on the Li Ming. Krizza is playing the Uther in the bottom lane. Winter Rose on that Gazlo. And we have Toast Monster playing on the Diablo. On the right-hand side, looking to even up the score, it is Mosley and the Arconauts. Mosley, the titular Mosley, playing on that Sonya. Mi Ding on the Valor. Rusty on Johanna. Robbie Black is on that Lucio. And Arco is going to be playing the Samura. Let's start off. Way of the Wind, hyper-rotation style from Arco. Looking to be mobile, try and get people in that backline, get a little bit of movement speed, a little bit of healing. Great for, honestly, this is the talent you go if you want to go for the, you want to go for the Blade Storm later on, or it's one of the options you can go for there. Interesting choice. See if they do continue to go down that path. Phoenix, as predicted, did go for that advanced targeting here. You want to add a little bit of extra AoE damage there. You want to try and shut down your enemies, avoid the blinds. It's a good idea here. Gives them some good poke. Winter Rose doing the best they can. Has gone for a old style big game hunter build. Not going to go for the mage style. Good iron skin there. Great escape. Very easy by Rusty, avoiding the engage. Robbie Black slowly stacking up. Once again, going for the party mix. Stacking up with Mi Ding as they begin to working on that. Hot Pursuit start pretty normal here as well for the Valor, as Mosley going to come in and help them do the camp. They could actually do this pretty easy by themselves, but it seems they want to do it very quickly. On the other side, Krizzo has been left to do this solo. We'll finally see Phoenix come in to help, but this is actually a good thing. Yes, we do see Uther taking a little bit of damage, but all his abilities self-heal, and he gets more stacks. He went for that Hammer of the Lightbringer here. So yes, it takes a very long time for them to do this, but Krizzo is going to be coming out of this looking absolutely great in terms of stacks, meaning more cooldown reduction for his stuns, great mana regen as the time goes on, and if you can get that stun cooldown reduction, then he's going to have a much easier time in the late game versus Sonya, and has a chance of trying to trap Lucio, as Lucios do like to play very deep. 0 stacks so far on advanced targeting, as we see Iggy making their way back up to top lane. Cooldown reduction for the Johanna here. Not a map you'd usually see this on with the Eternal Retaliation. Sometimes you would see the extra movement speed, but in this case, not going to be the way. Winter Rose really mixing up the builds here. Going to be bringing out the hyper-focused coils, percentage damage, combined with Big Game Hunter. Very interesting here. So go for a maximum scrap build. Spam scrap gets a little bit of percentage damage going. It's a big mix-up here. We'll see how they play this. I'm curious. This is an odd build. You miss a little bit of value you get from the shielding, which could have helped him try and duel Arco. But Arco baits him in. Able to escape very easily. Sustains up full. Krizzo just heals up Winter Rose. Mi Ding returns, going for a multi-shot build. Gets that punishment. Huge amount of extra damage. You can keep that hatred high. Iggy. Mobility, target acquired. Auto-attack Diablo, once again, full build. Already committed. Li Ming, triumphate this time. Going for that cooldown reduction. Mosley, sneaky style, but is completely turned on. Little bit of an overlap in terms of stuns, so they do miss a little bit of value as Mosley's able to escape. Could have maybe waited a tiny bit longer with that Diablo charge. Might have had more lockdown, but in this case, not enough to finish a kill. Neither team playing too aggressively for the other's objective. This is going to work out better for Bull Moose Party, though, who are currently pushing bot lane. We're finally going to see the step up by mostly the Arconauts, realizing they're wasting time, losing experience. Make their way forward. Iggy teleports away. They survive. Level 7 hit for both teams. Arsenal coming in for Mi Ding. Good damage. Interrupt by Johanna. Iggy again focused down. Stun from Krizzo. Buys them time. But no one's challenging the objective. Here comes Winter Rose from the flank. Arco into the backline, causing massive issues. Huge delays as Iggy comes back in with more shield. Huge stacks are about to be gained by Iggy as Toastmonster will be taken down. First blood in this game, and enough to buy time for mostly the Arconauts to grab the first set of cavalry. Without picking a Samura level 7, by the way. able to win that without the level 7 talent. They went with Mirage, a little bit of spell power, and crushing blows. They really want to take out some of those backliners. Huge amount of extra damage could be done here. Sonya, pretty standard build. Level 4, level 7, sorry, you can see being swapped out. In this case, it is the Battle Rage, a little bit of burst sustain, and a little bit of extra ability to do mercenaries, which on this map is very important because the mercenary is the true boss. Cavalry pushing in the bottom lane. Winter Rose doing as best they can. It's a full orb build for Li Ming with Z's Vengeance. Lots of extra damage. Mi Ding doing Valor things. Auto W. Auto W. Your health has gone. They will back away, though. Don't want to get themselves caught out. Cavalry in the top lane, looking the healthiest right now, but is getting dropped down as eventually Iggy has been able to drive back Mosley, who does just avoid the gank from Toast Monster, as they will stay alive. No cleanse for Uther, no hand of protection. Instead, going to go for that Guardian of Ancient Kings, trying to keep them alive that way. Apply the armor against Johanna. Pretty good idea. Good chance you're going to hit someone when they're stunned. That 50 armor can be a really good boost here. Winter Rose, still holding versus Samura. Arco is winning the lane. You can see via structure health. But it's not the worst situation for Winter Rose. They're holding this not too bad. Even more scrap. Goblin Fusion coming in here. Maximum scrap builds here. Winter Rose needs to be really careful here. Health bars kind of stopped existing. Arco, crushing blows. One more. Not enough. Winter Rose able to get away. Change the turret. Aggro the turrets on Arco. Arco is not, that's right, it's not harassed. Able to survive as level 10 is hit by Mosley and the Arconauts. Blade Storm for the Samuro. What we called about earlier, get into the backline quickly with Way of the Wind. Do the Blade Storm. This is not the most effective Samuro build, but it is a good AoE one, and they've got a lot of AoE. They've gone for Strafe, Leap, less shield. Their AoE wombo is insane. Unfortunately, the counter wombo of Full Boost Party is very scary. We have Apocalypse. We have Purification Salvo. We have Divine Storm and Gravo Bomb 3000, baby. Less shield. They're going for it. Samuro, Blaze Storm into the back line, trying to chase down Mass Assassin. Apoc, 3-man stun as they look for the turnaround. Krizzo is taken out, though. And we see Toast Monster trying to get Samuro, trying to get the counter kill, but a quick swap comes out. Toast Monster finds no purchase. That's going to be 1 kill for 0. No Divine, the Divine Storm was used, did not find purchase. Gasso, not there. No Gravo Bomb. Numbers advantage going over to Mosley and the Arconauts as they use those numbers to pick up the kill. Only 2 kills in this game so far. And yes, this is in fact a Beyblade composition. Sonya spin, Samuro spin, and even Vala doing a little spin. If you count Phoenix's laser, he kind of spins. There he goes. He sort of spins. I guess that's more of a rotation than a spin. I don't know that's the difference. I haven't got a bloody clue. As they do take out the camp, getting some extra pressure into that mid lane as the aggression. Mosley and the Arconauts already starting the capture once again. Strafe coming in. Iggy! That's a good Blade Storm once again. Mass Assassin dropping low. Mi Ding avoiding all counter engage as they are focused down. And we are seeing Bull Moose Party getting eaten alive. The D-Storm hits only the illusion. Thank you for the follow, PF2K, as that's going to be the counter channel. Mosley and the Arconauts, they take the fight, they rechannel the objective, they begin soaking. Blade Storm on a lower cooldown these days. You can see only a 30-second cooldown here. Able to use it for wave clear. 25 seconds, sorry. Using it for wave clear in this case. If your opponent's dead, you might as well. Bot lane will not be finished. We see one last attempt at engage. 5 seconds left for the members of Bull Moose Party to try and prevent this objective from going over. Toast Monster channels in, being zoned away by Iggy. Winter Rose interrupted with the Blade Storm, but inside they get the stun, but the swap out. Good escape once again from Arco, who gets away. Channel goes over to the members of Mosley and the Arconauts. Bot lane being sustained. Bless shield. No sustain for bot lane anymore. Iggy is taken out. Mosley and the Arconauts playing with so much more taste for blood than they were in the previous series. So much more aggressive as Bull Moose Party try to defend. But Mosley and the Arconauts, they just keep coming. Meeting, trying to focus on Toast Monster, who went onto the wrong Samuro. Down goes the 4. Divine Storm found nothing once again. Sonya died elsewhere to Gazlo, as they do take out Diablo. That's a 1-for-1 technically with Sonya going down, but there's the second and the third. With Valor and Samuro doing just too much damage. Iggy stepping out of base, the exact opposite of the place they should be right now. Just poke from range, buy time. Iggy trying to just delay, shoot away, stay in range mode, clear the wave at the same time here. That phase bomb mode would do them some good here to clear this out, but instead they step up a little bit too far. They get the blink though. And Iggy will escape, even as Samuro's Blade Storm, he goes in, he backs away though, Toast Monster showing up. Iggy will survive, but that will be the Keep dying. Throw another Beyblade, the core. There we go. The Keep survives, they're able to zone them back. Sonya making her way back up to top lane. Mosley, who was caught out in that fight, able to get away. Rusty going to be porting back to base. And Arco, still just causing problems. Has gone for Nasukuchi. Little teleport, avoids the disintegrate. Yep, they see him. He's out. Get all the way out of danger. Team's nowhere nearby, so it is not worth a fight. Winter Rose gonna head down to bot. This is not a solo boss build for Gazlo. He's just gonna scout it. All right, good. If he started soloing the boss with this Gazlo build, I would have had some concerns. This is not the build you do that with. As we see level 16 coming in for the members of Mosley and the Arconauts. They're going to make their way up and begin working on a boss of their own. Rejuvenacia for the Lucio. Good dodge by Mi Ding. Pretty standard build here. Going for the Manticore, give him some tank shred as well as the insane AoE. Honestly, on this level, any of the talents really are pretty good value. Boss is taken. Counter boss in the bottom lane. Will be taken without too much difficulty. Bull Moose Party. Not bad. They do let Diablo get stunned. And they need to port. Like right now. Don't mount. Port back to base because they are late now. They're finally going to start porting back. But there is now a boss and some Reavers pushing in the top lane. Mosley is headed down alone to deal with the counter boss pressure. That boss looking very healthy. All 5 members of Bull Moose Party do make it back. They immediately begin focusing down that boss. Good damage. The Keep will survive. But once again, a head start is likely going to be gained from the members of Mosley and the Arconauts. Samuro, Blade Storm once again. Clearing out the lane. A little bit risky this time, right before an objective. It's a very short cooldown. But there could have very easily been a movement in by Bull Moose Party. With that heroic being on cooldown, they could have been caught out of position. Level 16, though, is about to be hit by Bull Moose Party. The fort was saved by Mosley. Channel has once again begun. Timing advantage taken by Mosley and the Arconauts. We see them firing my lasers. Turrets shoot lasers for the Gazlo, who has immediately set up defensively. Offensive cadence and percentage damage. Tears Deliverance, bonus healing. The people who heal themselves in this team, Diablo, Gazlo, and that's it. Interesting talent. Just trying to go for a big burst healing of their own. Making their way in. Arco. He's trying to flank. Finds Iggy. There's the blink. Holds the Blade Storm. Oh, it's on cooldown. Never mind. Condemn comes out. Channel beginning once again. They don't land the Grammar Bomb. Iggy's taken out. This time a good Divine Storm. But Arco is cleaning them up once again. And Mi Ding is completely untouched. Exactly what we talked about. Get someone who can distract from that Valor. And Mi Ding is completely uncontested. Cleans up the fight. And that's going to be 4-0. The neutrals did win back the objective. But as the rest of the team pushes in, the mirror images buy Arco enough time to channel in that last 12 seconds. Keep 1 will die. Keep 2 will die to the minions. And then the cavalry are going straight for core. Very nice play by Mosley and the Arconauts here, putting themselves in a great position to bring us to a game number 3. Minions will finish off bottom keep as well. And now it comes down to if Mosley and the Arconauts can find the opportunity to end this game. Cavalry rolling its way in. It's going to be a full 5v5 defense, but 20 is just around the corner for Mosley and the Arconauts. If they get this keep, they may just be able to hit 20 and push to end with it. Whereas Bull Moose Party have only just hit level 17. It's 1 kill to 13. They have to pull off the miracle play. They have to actually land their wombo. Samuro coming in with the Blade Storm. There's the strafe as well. They get the Gramo Bomb. Lucio taken out. They get the Divine Storm as well. But Mosley is in the backline, causing huge issues from Mass Assassin as we lose Uther. He's healing up the rest of the team, though, in that ghost form. Arco is trying to cause pressure. Dig is low, barely surviving, but the core is under pressure. They need to clear this out. Arco is trying to pressure Mass Assassin. They gotta focus on the stuff that's killing the core. They'll lose this keep, but it's better to lose the keep than lose the game. Iggy is being pressured by Arco. Here comes the Blade Storm. Stuns out. Core on 50% health. Dig and Mosley moving their way in, but the orbs are good. They take out the last cavalry. Core on 30%. They stay alive. Valor taken out. And Bull Moose Party, they live to fight another day. Let's see that again to see the last chunk of sustain. Arco on the backline. Dig making their way in, trying to stay alive. But Iggy finds the slow with that level 1 laser and is able to chase down Valor with that extra chase slow and finds the kill. And Samuro Arco is still in the base. He's still causing issues, still pushing out the lanes. Even though they're down a member, they still cause grief. But respawn timers coming out for Mosley and the Arconauts. Everyone is back, but Arco has just been causing so many issues. All 3 keeps down. Bull Moose Party, though, they're not dead yet. It's level 20. Wind Strider. It's basically impossible to kill Arco. What a god. What a god. Bossa Nova for the Lucio. Farflight Quiver for Valor. Stay at range. Composite Spear for Sonya. Mosley getting the extra range for Engage. Radiating Faith for that Johanna. But all this has given time over to Bull Moose Party. They are just around the corner from their own level 20. Blessed Shield does not find purchase. They're holding together. And level 20 is available for Bull Moose Party. They have another tool. Lord of Terror. The Singularity Charge. Tal Rashar's elements, Divine Hurricane, and Miniature Black Hole. These are the 2 tools that can save the game for Bull Moose Party, but they gotta step up. They got 37 seconds. Iggy's shield already gone. Toast Monster being focused down, dropping low. Gets the Lord of Terror. Black Hole pulls in Sonya. Mosley is taken out. Iggy avoids the kill, but they lose Toast Monster. He does have souls and will be returning. The Divine Storm takes him down, but Arco is in the backline, causing so much damage. The salvo! Iggy gets the counter kill, but there's so many Samuros. Here comes Toast Monster. Iggy's in full retreat. Winter has no health. The neutrals held. Dig has no health as well. Nearly died to neutrals as Arco chased in Iggy. Here comes Toast trying to get Arco, but Arco's too mobile. He's too fast. And that just leaves Winter. Winter and Toast, Dig and Robbie, they stay alive. They go back for the channel. Arco is still causing issues. They have to defend. They're just going to have to deal with the cavalry again because this is too many Reavers. They have to deal with it. Arco is just split pushing. He's causing issues forever. Toast needs souls. They need space. But we're about to see 3 sets of cavalry coming in. They try to take out Arco, but he's already gone. The mobility of this Samuro build. An unusual choice, but perfect for the match they're in. He holds it, Strafe interrupts the channel, and that's gonna be the objective. Going over to Mosley and the Arconauts. They get the black hole. It does not land. And with Winter Rose likely about to go down, Dig needs to go down for this to work. But there's the Bossa Nova. Toast Monster, he gets it though with the percentage damage as a Lord of Terror. He's going all in on trying to save his team this game. He's trying to go Super Saiyan, but it's just too much. Too many members from Mosley and the Arconauts. A valiant attempt from Diablo to try and hold. Winter trying to hold. Toast goes so deep to hold. He drops everything on trying to win, but he's just too outnumbered. He gets taken out. They even leap onto him to finish the job. And the core is now under pressure. Cavalry 1's already there, and the core is down to 2/3 health. Mass Assassin is deleted. The Divine Storm finds no purchase, and the core goes down. We are heading to a game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, between Bull Moose Party and Mosley and the Arconauts. Mosley and the Arconauts evening up the series in an insane game number 2, meaning that we head to a game number 3 in our E-West game today. 21 kills to 6 at the end of that game. Toast Monster and Winter Rose giving everything they had at the end of that game to try and save it, to try and stop that cavalry coming in. But it was just too much. Too much pressure. The split push map pressure of Samuro, of Arco. Absolutely ridiculous. Winter Rose was somehow able to keep up in experience, despite Samuro, Arco just being all over the map at all times. But Winter able to keep up while also topping all the damage numbers. But ridiculous game. But look at the damage differences. Look at the differences in this game. Gazlo, Winter Rose, the top damage dealer on the members of Bull Moose Party, 36,000. 3 members of Mosley and the Arconauts beat that. Sonya beat that by 2,000. Samuro, Arco beat that by 64,000. And me Ding, of course, Valor, padded damage numbers with that multi-shot build, 72,000. Literally double what Winter Rose got. And they just weren't able to keep up. So much AoE damage, so much mobility. They just didn't have it set up. I will make sure there are predictions set up for game number 3. My apologies. I actually had predictions still set for a previous game, so excuse me while I set those up so that they are complete. My mistake, but they are done now. Channel points to murder for the previous series we had today. Do we have a lobby up yet? We do not. But yes, I will make sure we have predictions. Let's have a look at some of these talents while we wait for a lobby to appear. Once again, Uther, going with that well-met and pursuit of justice, was really trying to hold people down. And it really set up well for that Divine Hurricane, but there was just so much mobility. So difficult to chase people down. They were just all over the place. Whereas Samuro, let's talk about this build. We covered it briefly. Way of the Wind, 40% movement speed. After entering or exiting Windwalk. So hard to kill. It heals him for 5% of his health. Combine that with a short blink and the Windstrider, reducing the cooldown of Windwalk by 6 seconds, and press the attack to gain attack speed so that he can dive deep and just pick people off on the backline with this Blade Storm build. He absolutely ate people. He's so mobile and just impossible to pin down. We have our lobby. We're going to be getting ready to head into game number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, last game of the day. Make sure you set up the lobby there, friends, because it's currently in standard mode. Oops. Excuse me. So, we're just setting up to see who picked this map. It looks like this map was chosen by Bull Moose Party, opting for a map choice as opposed to a first pick, meaning that we are heading, ladies and gentlemen, at the choice of Bull Moose Party, to Volskaya Foundry to finish out our game. Who's going to come out on top? We're going to find out very shortly. Reminder, everybody, if you're enjoying, then please consider dropping a subscription. I am currently destroying my voice. It's only 6 a.m., right? It's only 5 a.m. here, right? But if you are enjoying, please consider dropping a subscription to show your support or a donation. We're aiming for 100 subs before the end of the month, which is unlikely because we're currently on 59. So very unlikely that we're going to hit that, but the goal is there. and it is appreciated. I can only keep casting with the support of this wonderful community, due to the fact that all the casting work is kind of gone at the moment, all the people who are paying for it. And of course, the other group of people who are paying for it don't seem to want to hire me. Sad times, CCL. But in this case, if you are feeling generous or you have a little bit to spare, then please consider dropping a subscription to your local caster. Oh, Valley aplenty. Classic 2020 reference. Alrighty, we have our draft. Let us head into game number 3. Who is going to come out on top? Let's set up these predictions. I'm going to give you a 5-minute prediction, so you will hopefully have time to see the entire draft. I'll start it partway through the draft as well. So who will win game 3? Will it be Bull Moose Party? Or will it be Mosley and... Yep, Samurabad, that's fair. Arconauts. Alright, that's going to be a 5 minutes. I'll start that about second ban. Give you enough time to see everything that's going on. Alrighty then, so that's all set up. Nice. That is ready. Cool, so May is taken out as well. The Kelpies are consistently banned out by Mosley and the Arconauts, not wanting to deal with it. So much CC, so many problems. Deckard Cain removed as well. Excuse me. Lucio as the first pick. Trying to stay mobile once again. Mosley really liking this Lucio on Robbie. Did help out quite a bit in that last game. Bull Moose Party now. Their picks have not been bad. The Diablo combo was pretty effective last game. Do they go down that route again? Orphea, and they bring back the Gazlo. They didn't land the wombo in the last game, and it's still risky. Honestly, this is kind of a risky pick here. Running Orphea or Gazlo into a Lucio is already a rough play because both of them rely on their abilities with wind-ups and the enemy standing in one place. Lucio's entire idea is to keep your team moving. But mostly, they do react to that by going with Tassadar, a hero who really likes to stand still, versus 2 heroes who really like it when their opponents stand still. Risky plays from both sides here. The Lucio, very strong against Orphea Gazlo. Gazlo Orphea, very strong against Tassadar. Johanna, just pretty good in general, honestly. No issues either way. No problems here. Cassia taken out of action. She would have been a pretty good follow-up for Mosley and the Arconauts. Very standard composition. Another hero who likes to stay moving and combine that with Lucio gives you a lot of versatility. Very hard to pin down at movement speed of Cassia. Mosley now. What do you ban against Orphea Gazlo? Honestly, at some levels, I'd say Ada. But in this case, I'm not sure that they would be too prepared for it. Uther's very sensible as well. Those Divine Shields could be very beast, and if not, insane wombo combo potential once again with Gravo Bomb into Divine Storm. Down to 3 picks for Bull Moose Party. They get ETC, even more CC. Hard into Johanna, but large potential for value. Very low cooldown engage for ETC, so if you can just wait out that Iron Skin, you can get some good value there. But of course, Mosh Pit, interruptible by Lucio, Boot, Black Hole, and Condemn. Ice, thank you very much for the raid with your party of 10. Welcome, viewers of Ice. That is our 4th raid of the day. Thank you, everybody, very much indeed. That's Mosley and the Arconauts in front of the viewers of Ice and many others. Finish out with Zeratul and Lee Yorick. Arco ready to pick off some backline members, pick off some squishies. Orphea is made of paper. Turns out if you throw a child into a battle, and you throw her against an alien with a sword, sometimes the alien's able to get some good pickoffs. As Bull Moose Party. And their final pick, gonna be Brightwing. Burst Healing. Vision. To keep that Zeratul revealed. Very smart here. Use that Peekaboo. Protect against the burst. Try and keep Zeratul in vision. It's a solid final pick by Bull Moose Party. They're still a little squishy, but Raider's not too bad. ETC's alright. A Spell Armor will help. This isn't too bad. Mostly in the Arconauts, they do have a lot of kill potential, though. And in terms of area control, if they can get through those Gaslow turrets, they're not in a bad spot. Let's see what these teams can do as we are heading into the final game of the night. If you are liking the stream, please consider dropping a subscription. I just had to pay over £150 for a new headset because my old one broke, just so I could bring you this game today and the game I'm casting on the NGS channel tomorrow. So if you want to show some support, please drop a sub or a donation as we are heading in to game number 3. Final game to decide who gets the points between these two teams. On the left, Bull Moose Party. We're going to be seeing Iggy on the ETC, Krizzo on Brightwing, Mass Assassin on Raider, Toast Monster. Ooh, the usual tank player, Toast Monster on the Orphea this time. And we have Winter Rose back on that Gaslow in the bot lane. And on the right-hand side, Mosley and the Arconauts, Rusty on the Johanna, Me Ding on Tassadar, Robbie Black on that Lucio, Mosley on Leoric and Arco. Gonna be busting out the Zeratul. No mid-fight for Bull Moose Party. They choose to avoid it. They just send Gaslow straight down to bot lane. Avoiding taking any initial engages. Ellen Turn, sorry. Thank you very much for the follow. Zeratul, cleave build. Not going for the full burst. Interesting here. Not going for the single target kill build. A cleave build means that they're probably just going to try and follow up on the wombo style that Mosley and the Arconauts have been very much leaning towards in the last few games. Winter Rose mixing up the build this time. Going with that mage style. Wants to avoid getting too close into fights. In terms of zoning, Mage style can give you some insane ability to try and keep people off the objective. Winter avoids the condemn, stays alive here. Another very aggressive gank attempt, though, by Mosley and the Arconauts. Really trying to play aggressive at this early stage of the game. Make their way onto their own siege camp, grabbing themselves that turret. The other side being mirrored by Bull Moose Party. Both teams wanting those fortification camps in control. Siege camps up in top lane will be taken closer to the objective time. As Mass Assassin and Me Ding are left to clear out the top lane. Winter Rose. Pushing back. Keeping the lanes pushed as best they can. Keeping them clear. And again, Mass Assassin left to clean up. They go for an ace in the hole. Not going to go for an exterminator. The 4-man rotation of Mosley and the Arconauts continues. Robbie having a little dance in the corridor alone. Level 4 hit a little bit quicker for Mosley and the Arconauts. Making the most of that Leoric double soak. Mercamp being picked up by Bull Moose Party, getting it quite early this time. Also rotating as 4. Mirrored on the other side, Robbie Black and Me Ding going to be picking that up. Making their way through. Speed Metal for ETC, going for the full aura build, as we like to call it, Budget Lucio, where he gets speed boost for his team with Speed Metal and healing with Proc Rock. A little bit of extra sustain that way. Allegrissimo, cooldown reduction for Orphea. Potential to combo this with the percentage damage later on, can get you some good damage output. Brightwing, pretty standard build, Unstable Anomaly, Hyper Shift, and percentage damage for that Gaza with the hyper-focused coils. On the other side, Electric Fence, another Condemn cooldown reduction build. And again, Zeratul, full cleave build, more wombo-focused. Going in for the AoE damage as they try to focus onto Iggy, and they get the kill. This does give the option for Zeratul to go into the W Shadow Strike in Shadow Assault engage with that Singularity Spike to dive in and do the damage that way. A lot of time we do see teams relying on Wormhole because it does more damage with the crit-based build with the Might of Nerazim. But in this case, going for that Singularity Spike build gives you actually a safer engage because you're not going to engage and immediately get turned on because you can choose where to return Blink to. Area controlled by Mosley and the Arconauts. Level 7, also hit a little bit earlier. They do go for that. There's that Seeker in the Dark. Singularity Spike, engage. Allows you to choose where you blink to, so you can get a little bit of extra value that way. So to choose when you engage without making a mistake. Turret's beginning to be dropped. They go over to positioning. Arco getting focused. Doesn't drop the turret. There it is. Turret is dropped. Big stun onto Johanna, but she's tacking through for the moment as Toastmonster forced to back away. 99%. Iggy not getting healed. The teleport goes into Winter Rose. That might be a mistake here, but Meaning taken out by the dive of Toastmonster. The tank player now playing the Orphea forces back the members of Mosley and the Arconauts, but plenty of time for them to reset. Advantage being taken by Mosley, by Bull Moose Party as they dive deep to steal the turret. Arco is very low here. Engaging could be a suicide with that Brightwing potentially having the polymorph. Turret is picked up, but Tassadar is back. Mosley can make their way down. They're still in position where they can contest this and try and take a fight. Neil Peasants just quickly clearing out the lane. Make their way up. Turrets already dropped in advance. Really trying to cut off the engage here. Arco taking a lot of damage here. Winter Rose, this time the correct heal target from Crizzo as Meeting once again taken out. Toastmonster kiting through as Arco picks up the kill. 1 for 1. 90%. Someone's going to step on the point. Rusty makes his way in. Eating that turret damage though. Big Explodium charge. And Rusty is taken out using the knockback of Rainer to force them off the point as the Protector goes over to Bull Moose Party doing the new tactic. Heading to bot lane. Now you may be wondering why you choose bot lane when top lane is where the next objective spawns every time, and the answer is because top lane is where the next objective spawns. That means that the third objective is usually down in bot lane, aka always 100% of the time in bot lane. So if you take out bot lane and you do a lot of damage there, you set yourselves up not for a fort, but for a keep. You can turn that into a potential game-winning situation if you're able to damage the keep before the third objective. It's really good value here. Deposit your passenger responsibly as Iggy is forced to turn around after a very big chase from the members of Mosley and the Arconauts. Not enough to turn into a kill. Sir Bojangles, thank you very much for your subscription, sir. Welcome once again. Big thank you for your subscription. Welcome to the party. If you're enjoying the show, consider dropping a subscription to show your appreciation. It's the only reason I can keep casting as the bomb comes out. Tas stands still, exactly what we're talking about. Eternal Hunger finds the kill. Iggy dives under fort. Cap is stolen. Mosh Pit Party. Mosh Pit Party for 1, please. Thank you. Ever had to have a mosh pit by yourself? It's terrible. You have to push yourself over. As they turn onto the support cap, grabbing themselves that biotic emitter. Great invade by Bull Moose Party. Using that level 10 advantage. Really capitalizing on it. Top being sustained for the moment, but here's level 10 on the other side. Mosley and the Arconauts. Void Prism, Black Hole, Sound Barrier, once again, less shield. And this should be an Entomb. Should be. It is, okay. The counter invade, but no one is there. Turret is going to be picked up. And somehow, on their opponent's side of the map, they're the ones who are going to be invaded. Cap is still taken, though. They make their way in. Void Prism catches 3 members beneath the Black Hole, finds nothing. Eternal Hunger does so much damage. Sound Barrier comes out to keep them alive as we see Tassadar taken out, as well as Lucio. Focus comes down onto Rusty. Iron Skin is not available. And we lose the Johanna. You ever been invaded on your opponent's side of the map? Because that's what just happened. Winter Rose is going to make their way down and take out this turret camp once again. Get themselves that turret. Next objective up in top lane, not even activating yet. Mostly grabbing some counter experience though. Arco is absolutely out of there. Mostly in the Arconauts. Trying to find some opportunity for counter kills. Thank you very much, Sir Bojangles. It is very appreciated. Mosley still just trying to get some counter experience. Arco also making the most of the fact they are this cleave build. Great for wave clear. And Mosley showing exactly why Leoric is such a popular offlaner. Just so hard to gank. Bull Moose Party, though, they hit level 13 first. A full level lead for them here. They get themselves that Abyssal Symbiosis to combo with that Insatiable. Encore. Shorter cooldown the Mosh. Great Force Wall. That's beautiful. Doesn't stop Iggy, though, with the Mosh Pip. And that picks off Lucio once again. Everyone else is able to disengage. But another great pickoff by Bull Moose Party. Keeping their lead here. Bot lane going to be cleaned up. And Winter Rose going to be pushing in. Trying to take care of this with Iggy. Killing off the sidewall. They really want to get to that fountain. Giving themselves a lot more vision as well. Fountain will easily be taken out here. In the meantime, Chriso has some fun and interactive gameplay. Look at that. Look at how exciting that is. Fun and interactive gameplay there as we see the fort taken down. Counter push once again. Mosley still just farming up for their team as level 13 is gonna be hit. This could be their chance. Force Wall comes down. Iggy diving deep. VP splits the team as they turn their attention onto Iggy. Arco dropped very low. The Entomb comes out. Black Hole grabs multiple members, but the Eternal Feast zones them out. Bounty Committer is dropped. Tass is doing great damage. Gramo Bomb pulls them in. Big group up as Bull Moose Party does so much damage. Me Dig has no health left and is just trying to zone. They've lost Rusty. No attacking this mass assassin. Just misses killing Me Dig. And that's going to be yet another 1-for-0 in favor of Bull Moose Party. But a fort shall be taken by Mosley and the Arconauts. But will they pay for this as Iggy makes their way in? These two heroes are so mobile. Arco's out. The one-man mosh pit onto Leo. Mosley goes down. It is just Leo. Could be worse as the Protector is picked up by Winter Rose on that Gazlo. And they're going to push into top lane. They're not going to march it all the way to bot and try and grab themselves a keep. Instead, they're going for the keep up in top lane instead. Reyna, second passenger. Mosley slowly healing their way back up. Trying to return to the land of the living. Make this a 5v5 defense. And of course, add them some percentage damage to help clear this up. Arco making their way in. Decent damage on the backline. Power slide onto Robbie, who's getting punished by the CTC very heavily. Entomb onto 3 members. That's good by Mosley, but where's the follow-up? Black Hole catches 2, but Arco's not doing enough damage alone. Me Dig can't find the angle as a Black Hole gets the kill. They take out Lucio with the Grimo Bomb. Me Dig is chased down onto Keep. Toast Monster is very low, but the Keep will not finish the job as Chriso finds the heals. 16 is available for Bull Moose Party. They take down the Keep. It's 20 seconds left for Tassadon. This is definitely not an end game scenario. But they've set themselves up beautifully. Bot Fort is going to go down to minions, or at least get close to the point where they can take this last Protector and run it into bot lane. Mosley and the Arconauts, they have to win this next objective, or they are going to be 2 keeps down or a core down. Arco blinks over. You see Iggy, they're looking for it. So aggressive. Cooldown reduction on Gazlo now with that Arc Reactor. So good. There's that percentage damage. Bond of Anguish. VP. Can they get it? This is their chance. Black Hole comes out into the Force Wall. Good damage, but Iggy tanks it through. Chriso heals. Toast Monster is turning. He's trying to 1v5, but they keep fighting. Mosh Pit is available. If they overextend, they're in trouble. Grabber Bomb finds nothing. Mosley and the Arconauts hit every button, and they find themselves nothing. The Black Hole was good, but the Eternal Feast was too much. It split the team. Arco could not kill the Brightwing because she escaped. And they were able to disengage. They pull back before they get hit by that Mosh Pit. And the Grabber Bomb is avoided by Mosley. Both teams hitting buttons, but Mosh Pit is held. Eternal Feast already nearly back. Blink heal always up. Hyperion off cooldown. Grabber Bomb 19 seconds on the other side. 40 seconds still left for that Void Prison. Arco still getting a little bit of counter push. Still keeping some lane pressure going, giving his team some time. Arco doing a great job here, keeping the team in this game. They're about to hit big power spikes here. Void Slash, cooldown reduction is going to be huge. If they hit 20 with that sustain, they can stay deep in these fights. But there's so much crowd control against them here. The Critter Rise, the Explodium charges, Power Slide. There's so much working against Arco here. But they keep going. Mosley has got some insane entombs this game. These black holes have been great, but they're lacking the damage to finish people. This cooldown reduction and the increased damage for Zeratul might be what they need. Here they come. Black Hole. Iron Skin through. There's the VP. Black Hole finds them all. They turn onto Gazlo. They find the kills. Finally, Cleaves comes out from Arco. A sound barrier keeps them alive. They get 2 kills. Finally able to find their moment. Mosley. They lose Zeratul though. Zeratul is taken out. We see Mass Assassin trying to chase them down. What happened to Zeratul as the channel begins for the members of Mosley and the Arconauts? We can see they push in deep. Arco takes a lot of damage, but the sound barrier keeps them alive. Arco moves forward, cleaves, and just gets eaten by the Hyperion and Raider damage. Poor Arco just taken out at the end of that. Bottom 4 will die though. Mosley and the Arconauts, they still come out ahead 2 for 1. And they are channeling in this objective. Mid 4, taken out. Gonna put some pressure up on top lane, grab themselves a Merc camp. Bull Moose Party just trying to cause grief. But honestly, Mosley and the Arconauts taking down this 4, they should keep pushing. They know where their opponents are. If they keep pushing, they can set up for a keep and maybe end the game. But they also want 20. They send Leo up for that, but they've got 2 levels, 2 and a third levels to go. As the Protector is found. 2 aboard. Hello. There we go. Tass is out. Arco is the one who gets in. They did burn a little bit of time on that. Mosley clearing out top lane, trying to buy them some time. This is the last game, ladies and gentlemen. Drop those subs if you are as excited as I am. As the Protector, unprotected, makes its way in. It will back away. No one is pushing with this. They can't afford to lose the people inside this. Protector already dropping low. The bond of anguish from Toast Monster is tearing it apart. Winter Rose pushed back. Rusty makes the way in. Leo has pushed out top lane. Mostly keeping it going. They look for Iggy. Iggy backs away. But they just lost 52% of that Protector's health and most of the duration, and they have achieved exactly wave clear. Lots of poke being applied, but they need to make something happen. Make their way forward. Rusty, I'm going to try and catch people out of position. Remember, still no Leo here. Level 20 is about to be hit for Bull Moose Party, and that's going to spell end times for this push. Mosley and the Arconauts down 20s. It is time for them to back away. Their lanes are more cleared up. They need to head to top lane once again. Arcane, thank you so much for the sub. It is very appreciated. Protector expires. Polly onto Lucio, trying to chase them down. Sound barrier is available. They black hole to back away. Thank you so much for that sub. Mongoose, thank you for the follow. As Mosley cleans this up. Arco, full stealth here. And Mongoose, thank you for the sub as well. Very appreciated indeed. They don't know Arco's here. It's still pre-20. Oh my god, Arco! Oh my god, Looney Tune also as well. Looney Tune, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I was panicking for Arco and now I'm panicking for this. Thank you for gifting 10 gifted subs. Choo-choo, all aboard the hype train. The game is hype. The subs are hype. Looney Tune, thank you for the support. As the support camp is going to be picked up by Bull Moose Party. They don't get it. They don't get it. Force wall. Force wall. Arco VP. It's level 20. Can they get it? Here's the support camp. Ungemitter is dropped in 2. We're buried alive. Here comes Iggy. Mosh pit into the grabber bomb. They're going down. Eternal Feast takes them out. Mosley's in full retreat. Rusty's in full retreat. It's a massacre for the members of Bull Moose Party, eating everyone on Mosley and the Arconauts. They make their way in. looking to push for the end here. Everyone survives. They make their way in for the end of the game. Rusty, he's trying to buy time, but there's nothing left. There's nothing left. He Ironskins drops the turret. He's trying to delay. Mosley pulls back 29 seconds for Zeratul. The rocket punch does land. We see Bull Moose Party trying to sustain, trying to stay alive as they can push in for the core. Grabo bomb. Goodbye, defense. That is game. As we will see Bull Moose Party take the game and the series in an absolutely insane 2-1 series in this E-West match for the Nexus Gaming Series. What a play! We're seeing it again! We're seeing it again! I saved it in the replay! They get the entomb, but the single mosh pit Gravo bomb combo! The God Feast! The God Feast for the turnaround! The Blessed Shield coming out just too late! Mosley gets away! But it does not matter. What an insane game between these two teams. At the end of that, Orphea with a slightly padded damage number at the end there. 80,000 damage. Probably most of it was in that final fight, if we have to have a guess. But the sense to get caught in the buried alive, in the void prism, in everything that they were hit by, and surviving just long enough for the mosh pit Gravo bomb combo. Just enough for the turnaround play for Bull Moose Party. Mostly in the Arconauts. That could have been their turnaround. If it wasn't for one Bull Moose Party. A mosh party, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. We're going to see if we can get an interview. But for starters, big thank you once again for the subs. Arcade Arboretum, I'm still pronouncing that wrong. Mongoose and Looney Tune gifting subs to Mosley, to Schizophrenic, to El Chance, to Drummer, to Goliath, hey Goliath, Myrmidon Hots, to Ashwood24, Grefven, OPM Smoker, I believe is how you say that one, and Winback19. Thank you so much for the subs. It is so appreciated. We're at 72 of our 100 sub goal. So thank you so much for the support. I'm going to see if I can find an interview between these two teams very quickly. See if anyone wants to jump on. I'll message Toast. Anyone for interview? See if we can get him in. Whew! I'm stressed. You can see I've got a red mark on my neck for when I was like this because I was so excited and stressed during that game. Wow. What a series between these two teams. That last game was monstrous. Crizzo, thank you for the follow. What an ending. What a series between these two teams. Absolutely insane. So impressive. So much fun to watch. Also, we have 15 seconds. The time will be over by the end of this. Oh, hang on. I need to do the predictions. Oh, I didn't do the predictions. Ah! I'm sorry, team. I'm sorry. Damn it. Sorry. Oh, well. Next time. All right, I'm going to jump into a lobby. It looks like we do have an interview. We're going to get Winter Rose in for the interview. Let's find a lobby. Let's do that one. Alrighty. Whew. All right. Stressful game. Stressful game. Thank you very much for the level 3 hype trade, everybody. It is so appreciated. All right. We'll wait for Winter to pop in. Never mind. Winter's already here. Hello. And for starters, congratulations on a very hard-fought victory.
Thank you so much.
Are you okay after that last game?
We like kind of at the end of that game, we just kind of stopped and we're like, oh my God. Like it was just kind of silence for a second. So now we're celebrating a little bit.
I do not blame you. I won't take up too much of your time, but of course, we do have to talk about some of those games because they were absolutely insane. Let's start off with game number 1, where you were able to take a little bit of a lead. The Zool in the 4-man, which was you as well. That is an interesting choice. We have seen a lot of multiple bruisers or tank and bruiser compositions recently, but the Zool is one who hasn't popped in too many times. Would you like to explain it to me and give me the logic behind it?
It was not planned, let me tell you that. It was, they picked the Sonya, and I know as Zool, it's hard for me to go against the Sonya until about level 7 when I get my heals. So it was kind of a panic pick, but I was like, it's gonna work. It's gonna work some way, somehow. And it did.
It really did. You guys were able to keep up in soak, and you had 2 choke points. The one in particular I want to talk about is the one on their siege camp, where you proceeded just to get everyone grouped up and just go straight for mass swings with the spectral scythe build. Grim Scythe, sorry.
Yeah. Yep, all they had to do was get around me. And we knew if they surrounded me that everyone else could do damage, and I'll just heal through it.
Makes sense. So I do want to bring up the fact that they did go a very blind-heavy composition. Was that a concern for you, as Zool very reliant on auto attacks, and they had Cassia, Lily, and Mei all with blinds, and you had Zool, who is very auto attack focused, and an auto attack Diablo build?
Yeah, we realized that after we had everything picked, and we just had to keep a positive outlook and keep going. There was no negativity. It was, just do the best you can, and we can do it. That's it.
Makes sense to me. I mean, it did work out, but unfortunately, we do still have to talk about it. What didn't work out was game number 2.
Yes.
So, Alterac Paths, you once again went for a little bit more of a wombo-based composition. The hero I want to ask about in particular in this game is the Phoenix. What was the logic behind the Phoenix instead of maybe like a Reyna or a Tychus in that spot?
Well, Iggy is really good on his Phoenix, and we were thinking
it's more of a comfort
that...
pick.
Right, he was supposed to go against the Samuro for his stacks. And it just seemed like Samuro wanted to hang out with me a little bit more. And we didn't adjust. That's the baseline. We didn't adjust. We had a plan and we didn't stick to it, unfortunately.
Makes sense. Alrighty. So you guys did go for it, like we said, a bit more of a wombo-based build with the with that Gazlo once again. Not able to land as many Gravo bombs this time. Where do you feel that one went wrong? Was it just the Lucio speed, or the fact that comp was just more mobile?
I think it was a lot of things and panic. We started losing pretty quickly, and we're just like, we have to get one. If we get one down, we can get a second one down. And so I would throw it, and it would just miss, and it was just kind of like another hit to the ego. But we tried to stay positive, but that second game kind of got us down. We took a couple 4 deep breaths and moved on.
That's fair. I mean, you guys, you say you didn't let it get you down. You could absolutely see it where you and Toast just went in for one last just valiant attempt at the 2v3 just to try and hold that, but the Samuro Lucio Valor just a little too strong there, especially with the Valor insane damage output. And one of the most annoying Samuro builds I've seen. Arco, if you're in the chat, amazing play, but also please don't do that in my game.
Yeah, it was we knew as soon as we saw the Samuro that we were in trouble. He was on our little research sheet, and we were hoping he didn't bring him out for sure.
All right, unfortunately they did bring it out and they did make it back. Is there anything you yourself noticed that you would want to improve on after that Alterac game? What is the lesson you took away from that?
To try to not panic, you have to readjust, and we didn't readjust. We have to. That's it. You can't have tunnel vision.
Sounds good. Also, that was a very job interview question. What would you say is your biggest weakness? No, let's talk about Volskaya.
Okay.
I probably broke my voice. because that was hype as hell. So you guys got control of the game pretty early on, and were able to get a pretty good amount of momentum going. For starters,
Yeah.
was the Zeratul as scary to you as the Samura was?
No. We did massive research on the team, and we just weren't very scared because everyone had a little extra self-heal purposefully. And so we had the Brightwing just in case to get him down, hopefully get him stuck with the stuns and the bombs, and yeah, we were not scared of him as much as we were as him getting Samuro again.
That's fair. Did that change as the game went on and there were several 3-man VPs?
No. We stuck with what we knew. We've been practicing these against multiple different comps, and we felt confident we could just go. We could just push and get the robot thingies and push.
Alrighty, and you did push. You got control of the map very quickly, able to push in the bottom lane with a very new style of rotation, which was great to see, and then get some really good pressure onto the top lane. But you guys did get caught out a little bit and were punished for it. You were able to reset with a 3-man push to try and steal their camp up in top lane. What were your thoughts on that of just trying to... Were you just trying to just create some extra pressure, force them to back up, or was the idea to basically just try and force support and go back to fight for the objective?
Well, we saw that top keep was down, and so we wanted to, even if someone... We knew they were going to get the... I cannot think what it's called. I'm going to call it the robot. The protector. We knew that they were going to get the protector no matter what. We didn't have enough time to regroup and come down, so we wanted to put as much pressure top lane as possible. So even if there were 2 people in the protector, someone had to go back and protect their core.
Which they did. Leoric did have to go back and deal with that. And you guys decided to take some time after zoning the protector for a ridiculously long time. You guys took a fight on the support camp. So you had control, and then everyone backed off the point and got zoned by Forceful. What happened?
So our plan was not to go for that, and we saw an opportunity. We're like, okay, they're fresh 20s, but we have all of our 20s up as well. And if they come, I knew I had my big bomb. We had all of our abilities available. So if they came, we could lock them down pretty quickly. Them getting the healing toy was not planned, and we didn't like it.
I had assumed. You don't want to make this fight easier if we gave them healing.
And so they grabbed it, and we thought we were going to lose, but we threw everything we possibly had at them, and were able to get at least one off, and then the second one, and then we were just able to push the core.
You absolutely were. So yeah, you're in that situation. You have been... Were you caught in the VP, or were you in the Entomb? Because there was 2 different bits of CC being dropped.
I got in the tomb and was able to walk out.
Ah, gotcha. Because you found the angle.
I
and
did.
Who's making the call there to re-engage into the support camp after all that's been dropped on you?
So Toast is our main shot caller, but we were all screaming, go. We all kind of we just knew we had this great kind of combo, and so we just went full in.
Everyone's on the same page. Everyone's happy that this is the play. We have Mosh. Eternal Feast is already down and upgraded Gravo Bomb.
Well, the benefit before 20 with Leo is he helped Orphea. You know, if we saw him put the Entomb down, Orphea could just, you know, use that to her benefit. And so that was kind of a plus for us. And then as soon as we were able to walk out of it, everyone was grouped at the beginning anyway. So we were able to stun them and kill them there.
Makes sense. So, with this win, you have moved up from 6th place into 5th with 2 points on the board. So you're making your way up the board. You are now 1 point behind the front runner teams, as there is just a massive tie at the top of the table. Looking forward to the coming weeks, who are you excited to play against, or who are you more nervous to play against from the teams that you have maybe done a bit of scouting on?
Well, Liquid Metal is our sister team, right? We play them constantly and we get to make fun of them all the time. So it's always fun playing against them. I haven't done my research on a lot of the other teams. I was focused on Mosley, I hope I'm saying that right, for the past week. I've just been researching their entire team, seeing what ways we could benefit. So next week I'll start on our next team, and we'll go from there.
So you got any words for your sister team when you go to play against Liquid Metal?
We're taking them down. No. They're so good. We do Secret Santa with them. Like, they're our favorites. So, we're gonna come back though. They're not gonna win a second time. I'm calling it now. Calling it now.
That is ridiculously sweet, followed by a threat of violence. Absolutely love it. So, with that, before I let you go back to your team, do you have any shout-outs, any call-outs? Anyone you want to tell them they suck? Anyone you want to tell them that they are amazing?
Well, I want to thank the whole team. We've been practicing a ton. I want to thank Liquid Metal for making us better. And I thank everyone who's helped us along the way.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thank you very much, Winter Rose. I will let you get back to your celebrations. And good luck in your next game.
All right, thank you.
Have a lovely evening. Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, that is the end of our games today. But I'm not done with NGS action for this week, because I will be on the official Nexus Gaming Series Twitch channel, bringing you Storm Division, which is not to be confused with the Marvel show on Disney+. I'm just quickly checking which game I am doing. I should have it memorized, but I'm bad at that. So, Storm Hype, Storm Hype, Storm Hype, Storm Hype. I've lost the page. There it is. So, I will be bringing you tomorrow's game, which will be Regen versus Wildheart. So, I will be bringing you that game tomorrow on the official Nexus Gaming Series channel. That will be happening at 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you tune in for that. I'm very excited to be doing that. If you enjoyed today's stream on this channel, I stream mostly just casting of other stuff. I do NGS, I do other stuff as well. I'll be doing some co-streaming of that other big league when that comes back as well, assuming they let me back in and don't kick me out for some reason. But either way, I hope you all had a wonderful time. If you enjoyed, consider dropping that sub. Try and get us closer to that 100 sub goal. We're at 72 right now, and we've got 5 days left, so it's not really feasible, but it's possible. We'll see. But for now, I hope you all had a wonderful day. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. I'm going to find someone to raid so that you guys can keep the party going. And have a wonderful night. The games were great. The casting was fun. And you were all amazing. See you all next time. Tune in tomorrow for Storm Division on NGS. And good night.